Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday, you guys. It's going to be a great one today. I'm so glad to have you. Let's do this. I'm going to allow people to begin to fold in to the live today. It's going to be a great talk. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about how your mess is your message. So come on into the room. Let's join in. Let me know the comments are working by doing this. What we're going to do is we're going to start a gratitude flood, okay? In the comments, begin to share things that you're grateful for. I'm grateful right now for the opportunity to talk to you. I'm grateful for the ability to connect and be able to help. Hello, Sweden. We got people from all over the world already jumping in. I'm here for this. Let's go, you guys. Let's begin to share things that you are grateful for. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for a roof over my head. Good feelings create more good feelings. Gratitude is the easiest positive emotion to jump into. It's the easiest emotion to use to grab other emotions that you need. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect. I'm grateful for water to drink. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful for my health. Gratitude flood, you guys. Let's raise the energy of the room. Hello, Alicia. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, grateful for your job and home. I love this. I'm grateful for the time that I had with my family this past weekend. I'm grateful for this message that I was so stoked to write last night and the word that I get to give you guys today. I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect. What else are you guys grateful for? I'm grateful for good weather. I'm grateful that I'm not in 115 degree weather like some people are right now. Yes, grateful for your gifts. I love this, Erica. What else are you guys grateful for? Let's raise the energy of the room. The more grateful we are, the more grateful we can connect and learn and hear and take the pieces that I share today and apply them to yourself and begin to share those things to other people. It's so much easier when you're feeling good. Yes, grateful for the summer. Yes, time with your friends. Yes, Brendan, I appreciate that. Yes, grateful for this IG Live. I am too. I'm so excited to begin to share this message here in about 30 seconds, as much as we can. Yes, life, health, all of the good stuff. I'm grateful for a vehicle to be able to get around. I'm grateful that I'm clean and sober today. I'm grateful for books. I'm grateful for all of my teachers. I'm grateful for all that I've been able to give others. I'm grateful for my mistakes, which is what we're going to talk about today, you guys. Got some good stuff. Turning your mess into your message. A few more things. Yes, your children, your friends. I love this. What else are we grateful for? Yes, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to help others, to connect, to vote. You know, there's so much going on in regards to that. I'm so grateful that I can go and put my ballot in and share what I believe that way. I'm grateful to have that opportunity. So now, guys, today's word, your mess is your message. Why is it important? Why is it important that your mess is your message? The reason it's important, you guys, is because we spend so much time outside of the beautiful present moment to go back into our past and think about things that hurt us, think about things that have traumatized us, relive our story over and over. You guys, this present moment is where all the peace and the beauty are. This present moment is where your power is. The present moment is where all of the perfection is. But we don't typically live in the present moment, do we? We often live in the future, fear of the future, what's going to happen. Sometimes there's beautiful things that we hope for in the future, but so often we live in fear of what's going to happen. But even worse, so often we live in regret of the past, you guys. Why? Because our ego, the ego, is a big part of life. The ego is a big part of our lives, and the ego is trying to drag our minds all over the place because the ego cannot exist in the present. It cannot exist in this present moment. So it has to go into the future and future trip off of things that can possibly happen that are bad. Oh my God, what can happen to us? Or even worse, go into the past, go into our story. Our story, this happened to me, and this is why life is tough. This is what happened to me. It goes into the past, and it goes into your trauma, and it lives there. Okay, so much of that is what's going on instead of living in this beautiful present moment. So today, we're going to work on healing. We're going to work on healing the past. We're going to work on healing some of our trauma. And you're always going to be able to go back to this lesson. And you're always going to be able to go back to the beautiful meditation that I'm going to provide at the end that helps you to release things. And not just the little bumps in the road. Not just the little difficulties of your past. The big ones. The big things that hurt the most. The things that have traumatized you the most, you guys. We're going to go back and deal with these things now. So I listen to a lot of talks. I read a lot of books, and so often a lot of posts, and people tell you to do things. Just do this. That's awesome. But what they so often don't do is tell you how. I'm all about the how. If somebody gives me a great idea, that's fantastic. But if they don't teach me how, you might be stuck. You can use your creative brain, but if somebody doesn't give you the how, there's nothing to do there. So we're going to go into the how. And this is it. I'm going to go into the how by sharing why. So why this topic? Okay, we're going to get to the how by beginning with the why. Why this topic? Your mess is your message. Why? Because making your mess into your message is one of the most powerful ways to take that hurt, to take that pain, to take that trauma, and to then turn it into the most valuable tool that you have to help yourself and others. You know that story. You know that thing that happened. Those things that oppress you and bring you down, things that you might have done yourself, or things that other people have done to you, and how much it's hurt you and dragged you down. If you think about ways to make your mess into your message, it then becomes an amazing and valuable tool to help others. Okay, if you guys have been fortunate enough to be on this planet long enough, you are going to accumulate some battle scars. Okay, if you've been on this planet, you're going to accumulate battle scars because you are human. And because you are human, you make mistakes. And guess who else is human? And guess who else makes mistakes? People that you were raised by. Who else is going to make mistakes? People that you've been in relationships with. People you've been in friendships with, romantic relationships with, business partnerships with. They're human too, not just you. And they're going to make mistakes also. And their big mistakes are going to bump into your big mistakes. And that is going to create trauma. Trauma, unintentional or intentional trauma. It's going to hurt you and impact you. And it's going to create your story. And so much of you is going to live there instead of living in this beautiful present moment. You're going to live in the past in ways that you were hurt. Now, you have your own traumatic experiences. And if you're unfortunate, or in this case, fortunate enough, you're going to have a lot of them. You know what your traumas are. And what I want you to do now is to begin to think about them and which one today you want to begin to release. Okay, I want you to just put that on the back burner and think about what you want to release today. My traumas have looked like this: drug and alcohol addiction. My traumas have looked like suicidal thoughts and tendencies. My traumas have looked like broken relationships, whether they're friendships, romantic relationships, business relationships, and they're friggin' painful, you guys. Hello out there. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined us. My traumas have looked like death of loved ones, people leaving my life, and it has hurt me so badly and it's created trauma. But the good news is this, you guys. I'm bringing the good news today. The good news is this: the path to freedom from all of that difficulty of the past is available to you right now. Doesn't that sound beautiful? Doesn't it sound beautiful that there's freedom from every single pain in your life? There is. Yes, there's freedom from all of that pain. And the path to freedom is taking your trauma and making it into a gift. And the way that you make it into a gift is begin to think of ways that your trauma and your pain can begin to help others. Helping others is the path to the freedom of your pain and trauma. The worse the difficulty, the harder it is. And I'm talking big, bad stories that have ruined us and ruined our lives. The more difficult it is, the more of the opportunity to rise. The easier it is, the less opportunity. So the more painful it's been, the more that it's hurt, the more opportunity for you to rise. Because overcoming difficulty creates personal power. Overcoming trauma creates character, you guys. So use difficulty and trauma as the fuel for your life. It's actually a good thing. Why? If you guys remember my message on letting things go, we begin to change our perspective. Okay, the path to freedom is to begin to change our perspective. And it's not just about us. Right now, the difficulty and the trauma is, ouch, me, how it's hurt me so much, right? But now you're going to begin to think, how can I begin to use this to help somebody else? Just like the message I began to talk last week about letting go, it's no longer us versus them. It's no longer us versus them. Us versus them has created every bit of difficulty on planet Earth. All of it. 100%. Change the perspective. Change the narrative. It's not us versus them. It's not if I get somebody has to lose. No, it's when I win, they win. And when they win, I win. Just this simple shift in perspective will begin to help. You guys, I have a question. Why does it feel so good to help somebody else? I want you to think for a moment. Why does it feel so good when you help somebody else? Think about it. When it's time to help somebody else, a part of you might pause for a moment. Oh, I don't want to do that. If I'm going to give to them, it's going to take from me. But then you eventually help them. Why does it feel so good when you help somebody else? I love you guys too so much. Why does it feel good? The reason why it feels so good when you help somebody else is because your core, your guts know that they are you. And your core knows that when you give to somebody else, you give to yourself. Your core knows that when you hurt somebody else, you hurt yourself. That's why when you give somebody a piece of your mind, it feels good for a little bit, but then it hurts. It only feels good because it feeds your ego. Ooh, your ego got to get fed. But the real you hurts. That's why you feel like crap afterwards. You know you feel poorly when you hurt somebody else. And you know you feel good when you help somebody else because your core knows that they are you. Your core knows that we are all one. This fallacy that we're different, that there's you over there and there's me over here, was a lie. It was the fallacy. That's why when you help somebody else, it feels so good. So even just beginning now to turn your trauma into helping somebody else, even beginning to brainstorm, getting a pad and paper out or your phone out and beginning to brainstorm, how can I help somebody else with this pain? What other groups can I help to relieve them and me of this difficulty? Even just beginning to brainstorm changes your energy. Just beginning to think, how can I help somebody else? Changes your energy. It changes you from a victim mentality to a winner's mentality. It changes that energy and not, I'm a winner and they're a loser. No, we're all winners. Changing your perspective into, how can I help others? Beginning to even brainstorm changes the energy and changes us all into winners. They're going to win and I'm going to win. I'm going to help them win and I'm going to win. Everybody wins. It's a different way of looking at it. And then after you begin to brainstorm, you then begin to really research. Begin to research and create ways to help. GTS. Google that shit. Begin to look at ways that you can help others. Start to do the research. Dig in. Where are groups around that have been through my thing? What that looked like for me is I'm clean and sober from drugs and alcohol. So what that looked like for me is after getting, hello Hawaii, after getting clean and sober, what I did was after getting clean and sober through Alcoholics Anonymous, I began to help other alcoholics in Alcoholics Anonymous. I began to be of service in this realm. I began to sponsor people and help people get clean and sober. And then I began to get into a bigger world eventually. After being clean and sober for years and having some success on the planet, what I did was I began to help other people through personal training, then through life coaching, helping people, executives, people who need to get clean and sober so that they can have a life, people who have families. It's all good. You're here now. You're here now. It's perfect timing. So begin to help others get free of addiction and begin to live a bigger, more successful life. And now I'm at the point in my life today where making my message is my entire world. All of it, 100% of it, the whole thing. And that, you guys, is how you go from pain to purpose. Okay? Do you want to walk slowly and painfully and in a circle over and over again? Or do you want to begin to walk and then run and then fly, unencumbered in the direction of your dreams? I know I want to fly. Do you want to fly? This is how you fly, you guys. Drop the rock. You guys, it's holding you down. Your story, the woe is me, your trauma is holding you down. Let it go. Okay, the way you let it go is begin to think about how you can help others, and then you are free. You don't want to live in bondage anymore. The real you wants to live in freedom, and the way you get free is to turn your mess into your message. Okay? And now there's a second part to this. I'm going to begin to guide you now through a meditation for letting go of trauma. Okay? So this talk is going to be on my page for good. So you're always going to be able to fast forward to this guided meditation for letting go of trauma and making your mess into your message. Okay, it will also be on YouTube, your message. You're always going to be able to forward right to that, screen grab it, and whenever you want to let go of that stuff and to begin to make it something that helps you, go right there, and then go through the guided meditation that I'm going to give you now. Screen grab the thing, record the whole thing, share it with people, get the message out. We need a free society. We need a free world, because when everyone's free, you're free. A rising tide rises all ships, not just yours. Whenever somebody gets better, you get better. Whenever you get better, somebody else gets better. Share the word, spread the word, and have people come right back here next Wednesday. Okay? So now, if you're driving, just listen. But if you're in a place where you can close your eyes, I want you to close your eyes and begin this time now. And I want you to begin to breathe from your belly. Closed eyes and a nice belly breath begins to send the signal to your insides, to your psyche, to your highest self, that all is well. Because it is. You guys, all is well. Begin to breathe. You cannot breathe from your belly and be in anxiety at the same time. It is physiologically impossible. And with your eyes closed, I want you to begin to look right between your eyebrows and up, and to begin to connect with your third eye, the seat of the soul, the seat of intuition, the place where you know every right decision. Continuing to breathe and continuing to look between that third eye. I am going to count you down now from 3 to 0. And when you get to 0, you are going to be at your perfect place of meditation today. However deep that is, it will be the perfect place to connect with your highest self, to connect with Source, to connect with Spirit. They're all the same. 3, Thank you for being here with me now, today. 2, so grateful for the opportunity to let go of what has hurt us. 1, continuing to breathe from your belly with your eyes closed, looking at your third eye in between your eyebrows up. And 0. Now you are at your perfect place for today's meditation. Let thoughts come and go. Let them be. You are not your mind. You are not the mind. You are your truest, highest self. You are one with Source. You are one with the Creator. You are one with Spirit. And now I want you begin to think of any traumatic moment that you desire, that you would like to release, and turn into your message to help others. This traumatic moment has had so much power over you in the past. This traumatic moment has held you down. It's been your story, but no longer. Today is the day of healing. Right now, take that moment and see it. And right now, I'm speaking into you. I am speaking healing into your heart, into your soul, into your mind, and into your spirit, that this moment's power is now released from you. This traumatic event or series of traumatic events' power is now released from you. It no longer has its hold. You forgive it now. You forgive yourself. You forgive that person. You forgive that entity. You forgive that situation. You forgive that government. And you now release it and let it go. It no longer has power over you. And you begin to step into your highest self, your highest capability. Continue to breathe. Continue to look at that third eye, or continue to breathe and think these things if you're driving or if you're not capable of doing this right now. It still works. Let it go. Step into your highest self now. And now creatively, you are going to begin to brainstorm. After this meditation, you're going to be able to research and create ways to use the most difficult things that you have ever walked through to help others. From this moment forward, it does not have power over you. You have complete and utter power over it. I claim this now for you and for myself, that this is truth with a capital T. You are free. Begin to breathe from your belly. Look at your third eye and accept this as truth for you. This trauma is now released. It is released out of you. It is massaged out of you. You will always be able to come back here. Begin to accept it and to begin to say yes in your soul. I'm going to count us up from 0 to 3. And when I am at 3, we are going to be out of this meditation. But the good news is this. the best parts of this meditation and the best parts of this meditation's talk, the best part of this speech today are going to remain in you, consciously or unconsciously, and you are going to begin to walk forward in freedom. 0. 1. When I get to 3, you guys are going to be free of this trauma, free of this pain that was caused you by yourself or somebody else. 2, continuing to breathe, knowing that all of this goodness belongs to you now and eternally. And 3, open your eyes. Yes, today is the day of freedom. Today is the day of release. Today is the day that you begin to make your mess your message. You help them and it helps you. We are all one together. Okay? We change our perspective. I am so grateful that you guys were with me today. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving your energy to me today. And thank you for letting me give my energy to you. You guys, yes, gratitude, peace, and light from wherever you are, all over the world. I saw Sweden, I saw Hawaii, wherever we are in the world, we're all together. It's a small planet, you guys. And even more energetically, you guys. Doesn't matter where you are. When SpaceX lands on Mars and someone's there, they're going to be right here, together in our minds, right here in the mind of spirit, you guys. We're going to be right here next week at the same time. Yes, Chi-Town, I'm going to be right there in a couple weeks. You guys, wherever you are in the world, we're all one. Yes, namaste. Come back to this message. Come back to the meditation. When the trauma, if it begins to try, your ego tries to grab you again, come right back here. The meditation's always going to be here. Okay? All of the blessings in the world to you today, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Be well.